Hello everyone and welcome. This is Christine with Patter Crafts and today I'm participating in the Team Tiny Under the Sea hop. This is a hashtag driven hop. So if you'd like to see what other creators are creating, please search hashtag Team Tiny Under the Sea. This month's hop was also sponsored by 7 Kids Crafts. They were kind enough to supply all the participants with some digital images that will go so greatly with our theme. The image I'll be using today is from their digital stamp set, Bubble Babies, and this mermaid is absolutely adorable. I can't wait until you see her. So, for my background, I am creating a under the sea panel here. So I'm using my alcohol inks. I'm using the Sailboat Blue, Slate, and Meadow. The Meadow is the green, so I'm only using it at the bottom, kind of where I want my sea floor to sort of be. So I'm using that mostly there on the bottom. I'm also bringing in my heat tool. So as I splatter all these little lovely drops on there, I want to heat set them to kind of get that darker edge all over. And the quicker you use the heat gun, the darker that edge is going to be. And I really liked that look for my card. So once that's all set, I am going to go ahead and set it to finish completely drying. I did use the heat tool, so it's not really all that wet, but I didn't want to bring it to my die cutting machine unless I was really sure it was completely dry, because I will be just trimming this down with a stitched rectangle die. So once that's all done, we're going to move on and color this mermaid image. How sweet is she? She is absolutely adorable. So while we are coloring in this little mermaidy, let me tell you a little bit about the 7 Kids Craft store. This store is fairly new to me, and I think it's fairly new in general. I think I saw it start popping up about, well, I'm not even going to take a guess. I saw it on Instagram first, and they have so many wonderful items in their store. I have been checking it out. Not only do they have really popular brands, they have brands that are new to me, but they also have some everyday items that you might need, like cardstock or adhesive. And sometimes if I need cardstock or adhesive, that's probably what I'm going to buy my stamp set, because I'm going to try to aim for that free shipping. And 7 Kids Craft Store does supply free shipping if your order is $60 or more. So that's always a good thing, because let's face it, none of us really like to pay for shipping. And so I was excited to see that they have all different kinds of products. And some of the brands they have are brands that I'm very familiar with, like My Favorite Things, Doodlebug Designs, Hello Bluebird, Lawn Fawn, Altenew, Avriel. Let's see. They just have so many. I mean, if I were to sit here and read you all of the brands, it would take up the entire video and then some. But there's also brands that I have not heard of before that I'm excited to check out. Let's see. Some of those would be Evelyn T Designs, Pink Ink Designs, High Hopes Rubber Stamps. Those are a few that I have not heard of before, so I'm eager to check out all the different brands. But there's just so much to check out on this website that it for me, it would take more than one sitting down, because I'd get overwhelmed. And so if you check out the store and you decide you want to make a purchase, I do have a coupon code that is good until July 19th of 2020. And that coupon code is VACATION with a capital V. You can use that code for 20% off your purchase. And again, that is just until July 19th. I'll leave that information in the description below, because it is case sensitive. So now that I am on the hair, let me tell you about this digital image and why I have started to really enjoy digital stamps. I've always found digital stamps to be slightly intimidating, because how do I print them off? Is my printer gonna let me Copic color? Because that's my preference, is Copic coloring. How do you do all of this? Well, guess what? We all know YouTube's famous for looking stuff up, and that is how I found out how to print off my digital images. And I was super excited to find out that when I printed them off my printer, I can Copic color them and not get any smearing. So I was even more excited and eager to use them. One of the biggest reasons I love digital images is that you can control the size of the image. So for me, for this particular card, I wanted this mermaid to be really good size. I wanted it to take up most of my card. And by using her as a digital image, I could use that image and make it as large or as small as I wanted. Because if I wanted to make an entire scene with the other elements of this stamp set, I wouldn't want them to be as big. So I like the fact that I can control the size. The other thing that, because I just mentioned, making a scene. I am not the biggest fan of cutting masks. Now, I love seeing one layer cards. I've definitely made them and cut the little masks out, do all that hard work, and get that satisfying emotion. I don't even know how to explain it, but you know when you got it all masked and then you start peeling all those masks and it all appears it's magical? That's what I'm talking about. I do love that. But that also takes a lot of time. So I like the idea that I can take these digital images, create a scene on my computer, print it out of my printer, cut it down, color it, and I'm good to go. I like that idea as well. And again, I can still manipulate the sizes. So if something is too small in a stamp set, you're stuck with it. That's the size of it. But if you use a digital image and you want it to be a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, you can go ahead and manipulate that to your vision of what it is that you want to create. So that's my little rant on digital stamps. I've really just discovered them within the last 2 months, and I'm really enjoying using them. So back to my card, now that she's all colored, and I added some really pretty Nuvo glimmer paste to her tail. This glimmer paste is in a clear, it's called Moonstone, just adds a lot of shine and some dimension. So we added that. I just used a paintbrush to add it on. That paintbrush was probably a little bit too thick, but it's one I never use. So if I was gonna ruin a paintbrush, I wanted it to be one I didn't use. And I'm really happy with how it came out. I was able to easily scrape off with my bone folder the areas that went outside of the line. So now that I have my image on here, I have this sentiment from the stamp set, Bubbles of Fun. We're just gonna add some finishing touches with Nuvo drops. I am using Morning Dew and White Blizzard. So the Morning Dew is clear, and that is going to be the majority of the bubbles. And then I, of course, always want to add a little bit of sparkle. So I added the White Blizzard, which are glitter drops, just a few scattered throughout, and I made sure they were much smaller. So this is my card for today. If you'd like to see more using these digital images, make sure you use the hashtag Team Tiny Under the Sea. If you'd like to check out 7 Kids Crafts, I'll leave a link to their store below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more and you're not already, hit that subscribe button. But until next time, bye.